You know those moments and days of our lives when you just have to pause the screen and whisper, "Oh Abe, you sly devil." This, right here, is one of them. Because when Johnny DiMera got played like an amateur by that Xander Kiriakis of Carver didn't even blink. No. I swear that man cracked the faintest, most satisfied half-smile the moment he heard the news. And who can blame him? After all, he predicted this years ago. Abe has always said it. The DiMera throne isn't a prize. It's a curse. The CEO chair. It's not a crown. It's an electric chair waiting for its next victim. And Johnny, well, the poor kid just strapped himself in and hit the switch. Abe's satisfaction, the calm of a man proven right. Picture Abe at his desk, calm as ever, reading that headline about Johnny's humiliation. Maybe he lets out that deep chuckle only someone who's seen too much can release. You know, the type equal parts pity and vindication. Because in Salem, being right isn't a joy, it's a tragedy dressed as wisdom. For Abe, Johnny's downfall isn't just Schadenfreude's inspiration, a warning and a weapon. Because now he's got proof, live proof, that everything he's been warning Theo about is true. The DiMera empire devours its own, and no matter how noble their intentions, walks away unscathed. And now, Abe's mission just got clearer. Save Theo Carver before that darkness swallows him too. The father-son showdown we've all been waiting for. This next scene, oh, you can bet the writers are going to make it explode with tension. Imagine Theo storming into Abe's office, his eyes blazing, clutching his phone with headlines about Johnny's disaster. His voice trembling between loyalty and anger. "Dad, this is getting out of hand. DiMera Enterprises is under attack. Johnny needs us. He needs me. I can't just stand by while Titan buries everything grandfather Stefano built." And there it is, tug of war between bloodlines and conscience. The Carver logic versus the DiMera legacy. But Abe, always the steady one, leans back in his chair, his tone calm, yet sharp enough to cut glass. "Save it, Theo. Open your eyes. Look at what's become of Johnny. He thought he was clever enough to play with wolves. But Xander and Kate chewed him up and spat him out over a stupid publishing deal. Do you really want to be next?" You can feel the room freeze. Abe's not raising his voice. He doesn't need to. His authority comes from experiencing pain. This is a man who buried Lexi, who watched her struggle so hard to free herself from the DiMera name that it nearly cost her everything. And now, watching his son inch toward that same abyss, he won't let it happen. Abe's words cut deeper than any threat. Abe steps forward, his eyes sheezy but steady, his voice trembling, not from fear, but from conviction. "The name DiMera has never brought anything good to our family. Your mother spent her entire life trying to escape that shadow. I lost her because of their sins, because of Stefano's poison. I won't lose you too, Theo. Not to EJ. Not to that cursed company." That right there chills. Pure emotional gravity. Remember, Abe isn't just throwing sass. He's confronting history. Flashbacks of Lexi's internal war, her kidnapping, the countless DiMera betrayals of it echo behind his words. He's not just fighting for Theo's career. He's fighting for the soul of his family. And for the first time, Theo hesitates. The idealism in his eyes cracks. He looks at the chaos Johnny's facing: public disgrace, legal trouble, perhaps watching his relationship with Chanel teeter on the edge, and Theo sees his reflection in that ruin. That's the breakthrough moment. The ghost of Lexi and the cycle of doom. Let's talk symbolism for a second. This isn't just a father rescuing his son. It's a redemption arc spanning generations. Lexi Carver couldn't fully escape her father's curse, but through Abe, her legacy lives on. Abe becomes the guardian of her memory, man, ensuring that darkness doesn't claim another Carver. In soap terms, it's poetic symmetry. Stefano built an empire on manipulation. Abe builds his on honesty and love. Two legacies, eternally clashing through the ones they left behind. And the beauty of this moment is the subtlety. Abe doesn't say, "I told you so." He doesn't gloat like EJ might. Instead, he smirks just a little. That calm, knowing smirk that says, "Finally, maybe now you'll see the truth." Theo's choice and Abe's triumph. Theo finally breathes out and says something like, "Maybe you're right, Dad. Maybe the DiMeras can't be saved." And for once, Abe's silence says everything. He knows he's won this battle not through manipulation, but through love. This victory isn't loud or dramatic. It's quiet, heavy, beautiful. A father reclaiming his son from a toxic dynasty. But let's be real for a second, this doesn't mean the war is over. Oh no, AJ's not going to let Theo go that easily. You can practically hear AJ spitting fire when Abe later meets him face to face. Picture that final scene of the episode, Abe walking into the DiMera office like a man who's already written the ending. AJ, ever the stoic prince, crosses his arms. So, where's Theo? Don't tell me you've talked him out of his family duty. And Abe, with that perfectly measured calm, replies, Theo's done. He's out. Whatever's left of that company, you and Johnny can keep fighting over it. My son's not cleaning up your mess anymore. Boom. Mic drop. Why this matters and why fans love it. This story isn't just about business drama. It's about cycles of pride, corruption, and redemption. Every generation in Salem faces the same question. Who will rise above the DiMera curse? For years, characters like Chet tried to reform it. AJ tried to rule it. Johnny thought he could modernize it. But Abe, he's the one man who sees through it. What makes this so fascinating is how it mirrors Salem history. Remember back in 2011 when Lexi fought AJ over hospital funding? She told him she'd never let the DiMera name taint her son. And here we are, years later, with Abe literally carrying out that promise. It's haunting, poetic, and cathartic all at once. And if we're honest, fans are split. Some love the DiMera cause it's glam. It's dangerous. It's why we watch. But Abe's right too. Not every legacy needs to be saved. Some need to end. What might come next? Here's my theory. Once Theo walks away, someone will try to pull him back in. Maybe Kristen, maybe EJ, maybe even a new family player we haven't seen yet. Because DiMera's never let go of their own. But Abe, he's ready this time. I wouldn't be surprised if Abe takes this fight public, maybe even leaks something about the company to the press to protect Theo further. After all, Abe's not just a father, he's the old school moral compass of Salem. Still, I can't lie, I want to see that smirk again. That told you so moment that only Abe Carver can deliver. Because in a town full of devils wearing halos, sometimes the quiet man who sees the game for what it is becomes the most dangerous player of all.